Hello friends, myself Dr. Sushma Sunita Tirki, Assistant Professor from the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. Today dear friends, we are going to study on the topic tour guiding, escorting and interpretation. Today we are going to study in this session the introduction, meaning, needs for tour guides training, definition, scope of tour guiding, qualities of ideal tour guide and the 7 sins of services of tour guiding. Meaning, tour guide is an interactive activities in which a tour guide meets and greets a tourist or a group of tourists who takes them to a place called tourism destination or a tourist attraction. He engaged the tourist in commenting about the place or any destination and attraction. He connects his client or a tourist with the past and the present of these places like history, culture, custom, traditions and many more, and also about the unique selling proportion and specialized areas about the region and the destination. He narrates and recreates a story as per the demand and the situation of the tourist. A tour guide is a person who assists in the promotion of a tourism product or a services in any destination, attraction, culture and tradition. Apart from escorting tourists at a site, he is the frontline services provider when it comes to delivering needed services to a tourist. Tour guides are the people who spend most of the time, therefore they must be able to identify the individual needs and work to meet them as well as communicate many issues which is existing on the way of tourist. Tour guide is the one who conducts a tour and who possesses a broad knowledge of a particular area or destination, whose primary duty is to provide information to the tourist. Needs for tour guides training. Why the tour guides needs a training? Because lack of proper training is the biggest handicap in the field of tourism. To have a proper and systematic system for the training of the tourist guide in India is not so good so far. But specialized training in tourism is available presently in the various college, institute and university to train them in this profession as the demand is increasing rapidly. Most of the courses offers are options of degree courses or one year diploma courses in tourism or postgraduate courses in many of the university. These courses train individual as a tourist guide and in their specialized field also. Trained in the planning of the tour for inbound, outbound foreign nations, taking into account issues such as food habits, sensitivity, interpreters, caterers, etc. Basic qualification is the prerequisite for a tour guide. He should have a command in one and more languages. Extroversion is self-understood by them. Trained for at least 4 to 6 months, including classroom teaching, practical application, development of the knowledge and skills, etc. These courses covers languages, tourism, history and geography, contemporary studies and pedagogical techniques. A short-term courses should be introduced for the part-time employees. Specialized guides should be for the full-time employees for all types of work linked up with the government, non-government and other professional organization. A professional knowledge is required in a tour guide professionals. Knowledge and terminology of the travel industry, basic and latest trend and business stress in the travel industry, art of public speaking, how to represent themselves in the front of the tourist, pre-tour departure preparations, airlines and airport procedures, baggage handling and baggage lost and found, knowledge of passport, visa and other documentation related issues, destination knowledge of local level, national level and at the international level. He should know the cultural practice locally, nationally and the tourist culture. Local food availability, which is the best food or the traditional food of that particular destination, like the place, the time, the quality and the price. And also group psychology of the tourist is must be understood by the tourist guide. Special items like handicrafts of that particular destination or attraction. Emergency handling is one of the main thing which has to be kept in mind by the tourist guide, that is related to law and order, safety and security and also the health issues. Accommodation availability, that is the check-in check-out procedure of the hotels. Then you have motor coach commentary. Now students, we will be discussing about the definitions. These definition is adopted or given by European Federation of Tour Guide Association, which was introduced in 1998. A tour guide can be defined as a person who guides a group or individual visitors on a tour around the natural and cultural heritage sites or other attractions, and who interprets these places in the language of the visitor's choice, often in an inspiring and entertaining manner. Another definition is been given by the European Committee for Standardization, adopted by again World Federation of Tour Guiding Association. In this definition, it is said that a person who guides visitors in the language of their own choice and interprets the culture and natural heritage of an area which a person normally possesses, and specific area qualification usually issued or recognized by the appropriate authority. What are the scope of tour guiding? As you know that this is one of the growing field which offers excellent opportunities in the field of tour operation, tour packaging, sightseeing, etc. Many employment opportunities exist in this industry. Travel services includes tour operators, travel agent, hoteliers, restaurant, transport provider. They are adventure and leisure tourism provider. They can be a heritage site and their conservation, manufacturing, sales of handicraft items and marketing of souvenirs, which is very important aspects in promoting tourism. Qualities of an ideal tour guide, which plays a major role because the tour guide represents the country. He should possess a pleasing personality, being outgoing with entertaining skills and understanding towards other people diversity, because he will be accompanying many other tourists from the different countries. Genuine interest in the people. He should have interest in the tourist. That is, he should be caring, courteous, respectful, empathetic, patient and diplomat. He should be resourceful, being flexible, able to think creatively and improvise fast. Good sense of leadership, taking care of the group and being able to manage them efficiently at a different situations when it arises on the guiding time. He should possess a good organizational skill, being able to stick to time, itinerary program and oversees the smooth running of the tour. Incident and crisis management skill, being able to remain calm implementing occupational health and safety procedures during guiding. Research skill ability to find information and display eagerness to know more and more knowledge about the destination. Sense of ethics, be loyal to the tour operators, employers, and do not engage in unethical action for the financial gain. He should have to love for one's country. A guide should always portray his or her own countries positively and build a good image. Emphasize on the positive aspects of the commentaries and let the countries and the people show in your words and deed. Good communication skill. Proficiency in speaking and taught language. Always get rid of local accent. Use synonyms to explain and describe something important. Use non-verbal communication in difficult situations. Speak audible, not too soft, not too loud. Punctuality. Being on time for tour, conduct of tour itinerary in timely fashion. Manage the group movement considering time allocation at sightseeing spots and other attractions. Don't be too fast or slow. Confidence. Show confidence to your body language, maintain eye contact while responding to the tourist questions and always keep smiling. Good health. A tour guide needs lots of energy. Always conduct a tour with a perfect health, physically, emotionally, and socially. Professional. Be organized and courteous. In case of any incident, takes a professional approach to solve them. Following set guidelines and procedures, avoid personalizing issues. A tour guide or a manager must have following qualities. He should be honest, that means provide information and explanations about an attraction honestly and never take advantages of ignorance of the tourist. Fairness. Act fairly and reasonable in all dealings with co-workers, host communities as well as the tourist. Factual. Ensure that factual presentation by distinguishing legend, truth, stories and traditions. Be tactful. Always act with tact and diplomacy in dealing with the guest or the tourist. Act as a link between the visitor, the area or the destination and the local community or the local people. Safety. Ensure tourist safety and warn them on plants that might cause some allergies, unsuitable food and drinks, elevation of those with a fear of height, dangers, wildlife and pickpockets, etc. Responsible. Protect the reputation of the tourism by making every assignment a delight. With respect to the environment, wildlife, sites and monuments, local customs and tradition. This is important, that is the 7 sins of services in tour guiding. According to Carl Albert, the 7 sins of services applies to the tour guiding also. He says that treating customers with apathy. Travelers will forgive many shortcomings, but apathy is not one of them. Second, brushing off. The guide giving an impression that he or she would rather elsewhere, alienating quickly. Being cold to the customer. The ability or lack of desire to share oneself with the people will express coldness towards the customers or the tourist. Most travelers regard meeting people or the tourist as the primary reason for traveling from one place to another. Thus, having a cold guide may turn them off. Treating customers with condescension. I will make it so simple that they will comprehend it in a right manner. I have a feeling you won't comprehend unless I make the thing very simple and easy for the tourist. Working like a robot. Of course, the sector tourism itself or the profession tour guide is like that you have to be always on your toes. It is said that I cannot do this with my closed eyes. So always you have to keep your eyes open. Getting hung up on the rule book. You cannot stick to the rule book always. Sorry, our policy says. Analyze the situation to see the stray from the rule book poses a detriment to anyone. Often, it does not. And in fact, challenges or bending the rules create a better situation for everyone involved in that. Giving customers the run around. This means that in case where the task does fall outside the guide's responsibility or expertise, his or her handling of the situation can make the difference between the visitors getting assistance or the feeling as if he is getting run around. So students, thank you very much. In this session, we have studied the meaning of tour guiding, the definition of tour guiding, the ideal qualities that should possess in the tour guiding, and one of the best thing, that is the 7 sins of tour guiding.